Boo! Oh, hey there, y'all. Welcome on back to the Mountain Man, and welcome to the second episode of Spooky Story Sunday, of course. What's the day today? Well, I'm filming this on the 7th, but I guess it's the 8th when y'all are watching it, because it is the night, October 8th, when it's coming out. And, yeah, obviously it's Sunday night, so probably y'all have been watching football all day, I'd assume. And it's actually Thanksgiving weekend over here in Canada right now. So I think we're having Thanksgiving dinner on Monday night. But yeah, anyways, that's beside the point. It's as cold as all hell out here, which is kind of surprising because I wouldn't think hell would be all that cold. But I don't know. Look at old Maya. What the hell is she doing? I don't even know. Anyways, though, as you can see, I'm all bundled up in this damn blanket because silly me forgot to bring an actual sweater outside. I'm in a short sleeve and it is cold as all hell, like I said, out here. So I am a little bit shivering, but we'll be able to get through our nice little spooky story here for Spooky Story Sunday. So without any further ado, let's begin. Tonight's story is called The Grim Graveyard. So this story starts off with a couple of buddies going down the road in their truck. They're actually going to this nice little campground. It's nestled in the middle of the woods up there, north somewhere. I don't know where the hell it is. But a couple of buddies named Tyrone and Mason, they're driving down the road in their truck, and they've been best buddies ever since they were little. Tyrone, he grew up kind of in the ghetto, but Mason, he's always a bit of a country boy, you know. But they've always been best friends, and they thought they'd go camping with each other to, you know, freshen up their friendship and whatnot. So they went up to that little campground. They pulled in to where they, you know, would give their ticket and everything to tell the park ranger they want to get in, the checkout, the check-in part. And the park ranger said, I just want to warn y'all, a lot of people around here lately have been reporting seeing these big black dogs with glowing red eyes. And right when he said that, Mason knew exactly what he was talking about. Tyrone, like I said, he grew up in the ghetto, so he didn't really know anything about this. And Mason said on the way to their campsite, he told them all about these creatures known as the Grims. And he said back in the day when the Europeans were coming over to North America, they had this tradition of killing their family dog, burying it alive. And basically that dog, their protector, which was normally a big black dog, would end up watching over the family for all eternity pretty much. So scary as hell, I know, right? But that was a tradition they had back in the day. Luckily that ain't a tradition anymore. But yeah, he was telling Tyrone all about that. Look at the star up there. That's cool. And Tyrone just shook it off and, you know, played it as nonsense. He said, I don't believe none of that. Maybe they did that back in the day. I don't know what these people around here have been seeing, Mason, but it definitely ain't no Grim. I don't believe in no ghost dogs. And Mason said, all right, well, I'm telling you, I hope we don't see none of them while we're up here tonight. So anyways, they went to their campsite and they started setting up the tent. They didn't have no trailer. My God, what the hell was that? Y'all see anything out there? The light won't even pick up anything, so I don't think you can. I don't know. Anyways, hopefully there are no Sasquatch or whatnot. He's probably mad because this story's not about him, but it is about the Grimm, so hopefully none of them show up out here. Who the hell knows? I think it's approaching 12 o'clock now. I don't know. It's probably my out for midnight pee. But anyways, yeah, so where was I again? They were setting up the tent. The truck was all parked and whatnot, and as Tyrone was setting up the tent, he starts hearing this howling sound, and he knew that there was no way there was a wolf around town, because where they were, there just wouldn't be no wolves. And Mason said, I kind of hear that too. Is that wolves, or what the hell is that? Tyrone said, nah, it's probably just coyotes. Don't worry too much about it. But it definitely was making him a little bit scared, a little bit uneasy, because he didn't know what the hell it could be. You know, even if it was a coyote, they're out there in the tent. They don't have much protection out there, so he definitely didn't want to run into no coyotes, wolves, or even just a stray dog could definitely cause some problems, you know what I mean. But anyways, they had a pretty good night, I'd say, roasting marshmallows, telling campfire spooky stories, and, you know, having hot dogs and whatnot, just having a good old-fashioned time camping, of course, like the buddies they are. In their early 20s, I'd say they were, probably. I don't know, doesn't really matter. But as they went to bed, Mason just couldn't fall asleep. Tyrone, he ended up falling asleep really fast. He had no problems falling asleep, of course, growing up in the ghetto and whatnot, and he was snoring like all hell, so that was one of the reasons Mason couldn't fall asleep. But then, he also couldn't fall asleep because he just kept thinking about these Grims, and he thought, what the hell happens if I see one of them? We heard howling, so they very well could be out here. So he was starting to get scared. And hours went by, he just couldn't fall asleep for nothing. So he eventually decided to unzip the tent and go outside and see if he could find anything. But he didn't find nothing. He just heard some weird tree snaps and, you know, maybe a couple of leaves rustling around in the forest and whatnot. But it was as dark as all hell out there, you know, darker than the ace of spades, as I like to say. But he couldn't find anything, but he knew he wasn't going to be able to fall asleep, so he decided to mosey on down. He found this little path, and he decided to go down it with his flashlight like I got here. And he's walking down this little windy path, and eventually he saw these big stones just sticking out of the ground. And he realized that they're actually headstones, which means he's probably entering a graveyard. What in the hell? What the hell's a graveyard doing in the middle of the woods? I know. Alright, we're back now. I had to come over here by the tree because it was just too damn cold out there. Over by the fire over there. I'm trying to change up the scenery for tonight's episode, but it can't be done. Too damn cold over there. Hopefully next time it'll be a little bit warmer out. Maybe we could even start our own fire, but I didn't have time tonight. So anyways, back to the story. Mason's looking around this grave site, and he started seeing all these names on the headstones. Just singular names. And there were names that you wouldn't normally hear like a person have. One of them was Jasper. One of them was Max. Well, I mean, I guess those could be human names. But, you know, what they sounded like was dog names. And that's when he clicked into them, to Mason, and he realized it was a dog graveyard. And he's thinking, what in the hell in the middle of the woods is this doing at this campground? Like, what in the hell's going on here? So he started to think about it. People keep seeing big black dogs with red eyes, which could easily be Grimm's. And then he found a dog graveyard. Like, what the hell's going on? And he's just thinking and thinking. He's thinking, uh-oh, what if they're coming out of this damn graveyard, these Grims? And they're attacking, or not really attacking so far, but they're coming and they're trying to find families. Maybe, is that why? Because all their families back in the day probably would have been long gone by now, of course. That was like hundreds of years ago when the settlers came over. So he starts thinking, and then he looks around because he hears huffing and puffing, and like a big, he got that eerie feeling like something was behind him. He looked around, and by God, he saw a big black dog with glowing red eyes. He screamed like all hell, and he made a run for it all the way back to the camper. And the weird thing is, there was nothing following him behind him. So he was running all the way back down the windy road and whatnot, all the way back to the campground where Tyrone was sleeping and snoring all the way. But there was nothing chasing him. He was thinking, like, if what he just saw was a Grim, why the hell would it not be chasing him? So he turned around once he got back to the campground, trying to catch his breath and whatnot, and there was nothing there. Nothing at all. So he was just in shock, because how is he going to tell Tyrone this now? So he went into the campground, or into the tent, and he told Tyrone, he said, I think I just saw a Grim, Tyrone. Scared as hell. I went down the road, and I saw what looked to be a Grim graveyard, I think. And Tyrone said, you're dreaming, go back to bed. And he said, I never even went to bed yet. Haven't got no shut-eye yet. It's, what is it? 4 o'clock in the morning now, I just can't seem to fall asleep. Where the hell did I go? I heard rustling around out there. I better not be getting watched by a Grim. Who the hell knows, though? It is pretty late out here. It must be approaching 12 o'clock. Well, anyways, it's starting to get nicer out now. Yeah, there's definitely something over there. You know, never know what you're going to find on Spooky Story Sunday. Well, anyways, Mason's telling this all to Tyrone, and Tyrone's not believing a single damn word of it, and he said, go back to bed. I bet you were just having a bad nightmare. You probably were sleeping the whole time. And Mason said, I know what I saw. I don't think I can even stay the night here, Tyrone. I think we should just pack up and head. Oh, huh. What the hell's that? Just the light from the neighbor's house. I didn't know what the hell that was for a second. Oh, I got scared. I thought someone was shining a light on me. Now Maya's barking. What the hell's going on here? I don't know, y'all. Maya's barking. Oh, the light's shut off now. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't want anyone to wake up, though, from in the house. We better wrap this story up fast. Anyways, Tyrone said, I think we should, or no, Mason said to Tyrone, I think we should just pack up and head home. I don't know if I can stay here the night, Tyrone. I mean, I know I'm a hillbilly and whatnot, but this is too much. I don't want to see no ghost dog again. You should have seen what I saw back there. Big black dog, glowing red eyes, exactly the same creature the park ranger described to us on our way in here. Tyrone said, well, if y'all don't think that you can stay, then I guess we'll just have to head home. And Mason started, feeling bad. He didn't want to make Tyrone make the big drive all the way home again. So he said, fine, I'll try. Maybe it was just my mind playing tricks on me. I did see a dog graveyard after all. It's pretty darn scary. Tyrone said, yeah, maybe just get some shut-eye. So we decided to just try to go back to bed, laid his head on the pillow, try to shut his eyes and just hopefully fall asleep. But things didn't go so smoothly. Tyrone ended up falling asleep real fast, but hours went by again. So what is it now? Maybe about 5 o'clock in the morning now. And Mason just couldn't fall asleep for nothing. He couldn't. He didn't hear anything. He just heard owls and whatnot just throughout the night, and not much else. Just like the typical couple of like tree snaps and maybe hoofs on the ground. Maybe a deer was walking around. I don't know. Not much going on in the woods though. But then he started hearing this howling sound all of a sudden around 5 o'clock in the morning. And he woke Tyrone up and said, "You hear that? You hear that?" Tyrone didn't hear. Well, when he woke up, he didn't hear nothing in his sleep because he's snoring away. And he says, "What the hell? I do hear that. What the hell could be out here howling in the middle of the night? Better bundle up here." I don't know. This is pretty darn scary, Mason. So just to get his buddy to stop hammering on about this damn Grim, Tyrone decided to unzip the tent, walk outside, and see what the hell's going on out there. He didn't see that in the first couple of minutes. He was walking around, shining his flashlight around. But then he heard footsteps getting closer to him. And it was something pretty heavy. He could tell they were pretty big footsteps. Very slowly, too, like menacingly walking closer and closer. He could hear him getting louder and louder, getting towards him. And then he was just about to turn around, head back to the old tent, go to bed. But then he turned around. And guess what he saw? A big black dog with glowing red eyes. I can't believe Tyrone saw the damn Grim too, and he let a huge monstrous scream, ran right back to the tent where Mason was hiding, and he said, "That damn Grim's out there." So he decided to just hightail it over to the truck. Mason jumped in, started it up, started the engine, and the two of them just made a run for it all the way out of that damn campground. They never went back to that campground again. They never went camping again, period. They had enough of this hillbilly life. And they wanted to get the hell out of there. They decided to do something else with their weekend. The two of them saw it. They know exactly what they saw. They each saw it on separate occasions, and they were both saw it at the same time, which was a little bit skeptical because possibly they were just seeing things. But I mean, they lived to tell the story, and they know what they saw. That's what they say. I don't know if y'all believe them. Mason and Tyrone, you can ask them if you want to. Call them up and ask them, did you actually see a Grim? I don't know. I believe them though. Anyways, they decided to do something else with their weekend. They probably went up back home and decided to watch Mountain Monsters, have a whole Mountain Monsters marathon. That was enough cryptid zoology stuff that they needed. They didn't need no Grimm's sightings in real life, that's for damn sure. Anyways, though, I hope you did enjoy tonight's episode of Spooky Story Sunday. I'm so damn cold, so I'm going to head on inside with Maya, and I'm going to go probably have a Mountain Monsters marathon before I head on over to bed, of course. Anyways, thank y'all for watching. Hope y'all have a great night, and make sure to tune in next Sunday for the next one, which I don't even know what the hell it's going to be called yet. I gotta get working on that. Anyways, see y'all next time, right here on the Mountain Man. Hoorah! Go and catch 'em monsters.